There we are. Looks like you're already to start. Click there. Okay, great. We're going. All right, I'm a little early tonight because I got a long ways to go and a short time to get there. Let me explain to you what I did. If I can figure out what camera we're on. We're on this one here. I had a crack in the nose where it fell off the stand. I took a motor tool and I ground a little groove in this crack and I flooded it with CA. And now we're going to take superfill that in. There was a spot on the tip over here that was high, so I took the motor tool and I ground that out, a V in that. We're going to fill that in. I'll probably skim another, I don't know, I guess I don't need it there. I'm going to skim the superfill on the inboard side on that spot that I repaired. This spot here. And we got a little groove there we can get. I'll just kind of doctor it up. And of course I gotta sand the whole thing with 320. This series is a lot of sanding. I mean, there's no doubt about it. There's a lot of this refinish is a big project. A really big project. Looks like I got maybe another line right here in the nose to go down. Yeah. Okay, let me show you what I was talking about. Let's, this is cam overhead. Let me hit auto director and we'll slow that down a little bit so, we'll hold it on 2 minutes. 2 minutes, okay. I took Dremel, motor tool, whatever you want to call it, and I got a ball in it. I certainly don't want that coming back during the summer, during the season. So then we'll flood it with some CA here. I guess Craig said something. Oh, Steve said something. Hey, Jim. Good evening, Steve. So, if you look here real close, I got to be real careful of this though, because I don't want it to bust it again. If you look real close, there was a crack right there. I took and I grooved that out. And then I flooded it with CA, and now we're going to fill it with superfill. I'll sand that smooth. You'll never see it. I've got to put this camera back to a more stable position. Either that or get my big boom out. Ooh. Looks different from yesterday. What have you missed on the nose? As I just stated, I fixed... When this thing fell off the stand, it hit the bottom of the nose ring, and it put a hairline crack right there. Right there and right there. Well, I don't want that hairline crack showing back up during the summertime. So I ground it out, flooded it with CA, and now we're going to superfill it. There's one right there that could use it too, maybe. Yep. Okay, that's that part. Let's mix up some superfill. Got to have the stupid fill. Could have swore I brought out a bunch of popsicle sticks. I got my silk span in today. So with the, there they are. With the router extender, we'll be able to do some streaming from the garage at John's. Of course, it will help the basement stream too. Signal booster or whatever. I hope. I mean, I don't know. One can only hope. So, I got one popsicle stick's worth in there, and I know I'm going to mix more than I need. Just the way that it is. Okay, we need this. Want to make sure to get all the spots though. Let's see what Jim has to say. Oh yeah. No, I'm not going to glass it. I'm just going to fill it, and it'll all get tissued. I don't want to add any more weight than I have to. However, what I showed you there, don't just glue it and expect it to hold. It won't. It's going to take a little something, you know. On a real airplane, what would happen is we would drill a hole. I would drill a hole in each end of the crack so it wouldn't crack any farther. But that's metal. And with the glues that we have today, it won't, there's all kinds of glue joints all over this thing, so that doesn't matter. But with metal, it's a different story. And if you don't think metal has a grain, you're sadly mistaken. Metal is grained up just like wood. So we're mixing the stuff till all the whites mixed in. I can't tell you how happy I am with the Mevo cameras. I really love them. It was a good $1,500 spent. Help bring the show to more professional. Okay. We got some paste now, some icing. Okay. Blazing Flames, hello. Let's go to camera 2. Camera 2. Huh. I guess not very smooth. It's got some kind of turd in it. Yep, I'm gonna have to sand that. Gotta sando the bando. If you can't get a real smooth spread, it's because there's a turd or something on there, so sand it off. And 320. $12 watchers, that's great. Like, subscribe, share, super chat if you can. Please consider joining, becoming a member. See, we're back on that again. Need to get on cam 2. Oh yeah, much better. Except I smoothed too much off. Don't leave enough material on it, you got something to sand. Might be difficult. pulling it out. There we go. Well, it looks like I'm destined to sand. Doesn't look like I'm going to get it on there smooth. It's an odd shape. Wicks Aircraft. WICKS Aircraft. You can get it from Aerospace Composites too, but I do everything through Wicks. Man, I can't win. Looks like I'm just going to have to leave it on there thick and sand it off. Oh, I know what I can do. We'll leave it on there for a minute, and then I'll get some alcohol and smooth it out. Yeah, just leave it on there. So, just sand that lump off. Put a little more on there. Don't fall on the floor. Yeah, we don't like that. We don't want to have any rocks on that. That'll work. That'll work. Real Billy. Yeah, that's what it is, Bill. The orange Junar. I can build fast, but I can't build that fast. This is a scratch that I put in the wing 5 years ago. Yes, super fill epoxy filler. That is correct. Might as well get these winglets too. I get too carried away with this stuff. Oh, I gotta get this this wingtip right here. That needs to be re-glued. Okay, so I hear a little popping going on here. Definitely. Definitely. See if I can do this now. There we go. Oh, I see a dinker down in there. Get that out. That'll drive me nuts. I guess I could kick it off. That'll do that there. Oh yeah, that made it much better. Okay. That made it much better. I'm gonna have to get a trash bag, and took the trash out, so can't throw my epoxy rags in the can without putting another liner in it. Well, I could, but okay, let's throw them towels out. I have a big goopy mess everywhere. Okay. So now, work on the nose again. Maybe get some alcohol, get it smoothed out a little bit. No, it ain't quite time yet. Not quite time. You catch this stuff just right, you can mold it really nicely with alcohol. Yeah, aircraft spruce has it, but so does Wicks. I mean, you can get it anywhere. You can get it at Brodax, except it costs twice as much for half as much. Alright, so now it's kind of a babysitting waiting game. Oh, it does? Huh. That's unusual. That's unusual. I'll have to call Scott and see what the deal is. Wicks is where I get all my dope. You can get big sheets of plywood. You can, I mean, they don't have any balsa wood, but they got spruce and plywood and dope finishes, fiberglass, carbon. Now they don't have the carbon. The carbon variety that Aerospace Composites has, but you get a little bit there. Let's see, what are we going to do here? All this material on here, I don't want it on there. Water, 91. This might take 2 coats, it looks like. Trust me, when I smooth that out, you'll never know that I repaired it except for you saw it here. You'll never know I repaired the wingtip except you saw it here. Let's see, we need to fill these flaps. Not that one. No. What happened? This one. Where did that other flap go? Right there. Can anyone answer why, when you're working, the CA bottle always has to end up flipping off on the floor? I know I can't be the only one with that issue. That's it. We'll stop right there. That looks good. Anybody have the answer to that? Why the CA bottle has to flip off on the floor? So I already did that one. Yeah. About 35 bucks. God darn it. It's about 35 bucks a quart. Well worth it. This right here, this package came today, was the killer. 40 bucks. That's ridiculous. We got 4 packs. Of lightweight silk span. That's what I use. Remember, you can put GM silk span on something. It takes a lot more dope to fill. And your strength doesn't come from the paper. It comes from the dope. So why would you want to carry around more weight than you have to? Use double-aught silk span. We used to get it lighter than that back in the day. I don't know what's happened, why can't get anything anymore. So this video here is probably going to be, I don't know, we've been on 39 minutes. I got quite a bit done in 39 minutes, but I'm waiting on Superfill to dry so I can block sand it. Probably won't be able to block sand it till tomorrow night. And hopefully I can get it smoothed out to resemble what it needs to. I guess I can sand on that for a while with 320. pretty much done with the 180 sanding. I'll sand the nose here with 180, but I'll switch over to 320 now. It says here, you get your dope from SIG. Well, let me explain to you what SIG dope is. SIG dope is certified. And what you guys don't understand, there's one company in the United States that makes all dope, and that's Randolph. It's in California. I don't know how they got away with it, but they make certified, they make Acme. They're the blenders of all the dope formulas. Certified dope is very low in pigment. That's why it takes 10 million coats to cover an airplane. Now I showed this to John, where he was. Even Brodak dope is made by Randolph. John was complaining that it was taking, a quart or two of SIG dope, SIG white dope to cover his airplane. I said, well, you're using the wrong stuff. If you use Randolph, it's one light coat, and that's it. Back in the day when we could get Aerogloss, which was not made by Randolph, I guess they were, back then there was competition and, we used to put 1 drop of castor oil per ounce of dope as a plasticizer. Used to boil dope for flowing agent. I'm not supposed to tell you that, but don't do it. So far, the Randolph dope doesn't need any plasticizer. We'll get the finishing started on this weekend. Whether I get it covered or not, I don't know. That's what you can look forward to Saturday at John's finishing. Maybe John will paint some clear on his airplane. I still have a month or so to get this ready. I know how it flies. Hopefully it'll fly the same or better. So my best advice to you guys is to buy Randolph dope. My airplanes get painted with 1 quart total. 1 quart of clear for the base coats and the top coat, that's combined, and 1/2 pint of color, and that's it. And that's how you get a 6-ounce finish. Putting more paint on than that, you're putting on lots of weight. And if you don't believe me, there's guys on here right now that have switched over to my finishing methods that can prove how much weight you can save. The difference is you're going to have to sand. You can't just put it on and keep adding and adding and adding and adding and expect a light airplane. It just don't work that way. Hey, Kevin. Now I got that green 3M putty, spot putty. Man, you best not use much of that. That stuff is heavy. It's 1 pound per tube. Not good. Let's go, Brandon. You bet. I got a kick out of that Canadian guy. So who is Brandon? It's our feckless leader. We got a nice stable stream tonight. Well, I said I wasn't going to use any 180, but looks like I'm going to have to. Yeah, just put my thumb in the wet putty. Keep sanding. Get the 180 out for that. I have to knock it off quick. Nope. We'll know if this project was a success when I put it on the scale. not weird to me. I enjoy sanding. I mean, I've spent a lifetime sanding. A lifetime sanding. I'm gonna have to start putting material on here shortly, so yeah. Well, I know you guys like to watch sanding. Okay, here we go, there we go, where we go. There's the stick. Get the stick. Get the stick. One time I was sleeping. I don't know that I've told this story or not. So many funny stories of my younger days. One time I was sleeping. It was about 110 or 115 out in the desert. So I had the door open. I was dead asleep. And I hear this, "Get the box! Get the box!" And this is after being hungover. I wake up in a grog and I look out there and there's my dad holding a cat by the nape of its neck. And it's just scratching the crap out of him. He had caught it in a cat trap, trying to get rid of it. And he was yelling, "Get the box, get the box." Well, we finally got the box. Or I got up and got the box for him. He wasn't going to let it go. Put him in that box. And I gave him a ride to the next town down, Desert Shores. Actually, Salton Sea Beach. And when I opened the box to let that cat out, he flew out of that box about 15 foot high in the air, and his legs were going like he was burning out. And he hit the ground. At a full throttle run. Oh. A full throttle run. And crashed into a chain link fence. Kind of dazed him, but he was okay. Get the box! Get the box! We had a lot of things happen in the desert. My mom used to feed this field mouse. And they were a type of animal that every time they took something, she would give them her bar crackers. Every time they took something, they'd leave something. Well, he left her a $10 tip. So that paid for all the crackers he got. I had this kid I used to fly with when I was a kid, Danny Napolitano. And his mother was, I don't know, kind of strange. And we used to raise hell. We made a big mess, and she said, Danny, what kind of mess do you call this? And he said, a big one, Mom, a big one. We were terrible. Yeah, we're over here on that one. There's going to be a whole lot of sanding even after I get the covering on. My dad came to the Nats, I think 2019 or 18 or whatever. And there's some stories that went on there I know I've told about, you know, depression milk and all that. But we went to where he grew up as a kid after the Nationals, which was Barron Springs, Michigan. And he showed me where he used to hang out, where he built model airplanes, I have one lead soldier that he cast when he was a kid, that he cast down in this house, in the basement of this house. My grandfather, he liked, which was his dad, he liked fish, so they had sand in the bottom of the fish tank. Well, he would smelt his lead on top of the furnace in the basement. Well, my dad got a hold of some fish tank sand and out of the bottom of the fish tank and sand casted some lead soldiers. Well, I want you to think about, what do you think lead smells like in sand that's been filled with fish droppings? So all modelers are the same. My dad was exactly the same as me. He showed me the field that he caught on fire and he got in trouble for it. Pretty cool guy, really. Yeah, we got that cleaned up there. New airplane? No, I can't build that quick. It's only a week old. Last week, this airplane was orange. Last week at this time, it was a finished flying airplane. be fine. I have faith. Take a lot of work, that's all. Maybe that nose is ready to be smoothed out. It's been an hour. No. So it looks like it's just going to be sanding on that to get it smoothed out. I'm not gonna hold on. Let's see what they say. 22 watchers. You think if I add orange to the clear, I'm going to add white to the clear. White as a blocker. And then it's one coat of orange, and there is no paint that goes on these at all. Well, I'm pretty happy with it. I wish I would have put the super flow on it off camera so we could be sanding it, but I didn't, so. Of course, I wish it wouldn't have happened, but it did, so. Just make a lesson of it. It'll be fine. Might have a little line right there where it's, like I say, this might take 2 settings. I'll get it sanded out tomorrow when I get off work. Before I go, I'll do a quick live stream, but tomorrow's Charles's night, so. I'll get some more second coat if I need it, because I got to have it done before I go over John's. Because I would like to cover the whole thing. So it needs a sand out, and the repairs sanded out. Greg Biswick, boy, it must be late for you, or early morning. 4 o'clock in the morning there. Yep, colors look better with a white base, brighter. Brighter, brighter, brighter. Boy, it stayed straight, so that's all that counts. So you guys will get to see the whole finish on this, all the way up. I'll do the step-by-step refinish. But it's mostly sanding, so, if you guys don't want to see sanding, painting is sanding, and lots of sanding, and more sanding. It takes 100 hours of sanding and 5 minutes of painting. It's just the top coat. Well, let's see here. We've been on an hour and 6 minutes. 9:30 a.m., huh? I guess when we do Saturday at John's, it's 4 o'clock in the morning. Well, I think I'm going to call it a night. I'm going to eat me a TV dinner, watch a few minutes of YouTube, and hit the rack. Maybe I'll get up at 4 o'clock in the morning and sand. It should be dry, or cured by then. You at least get it rough sanded. Then when I come home, or maybe I'll do that. I'll get it rough sanded at 4 a.m. this morning, tonight, and then put another skim coat on it. And then when I get off tomorrow night, I can finish sand it. That's what's known as dedication, my friends. Well, I don't get there till 9, and it takes me an hour to set up. I load the car up, I drag all this crap over there, I drive a half an hour to get there, unload the car, unloading takes about a half an hour, 45 minutes, get all the cameras and stuff ready to go, and I get going as soon as I can. I'm doing the best I can. And I realize that, this is a global channel. People from Spain and Scotland and all over the world watch this channel. I guess. I feel like I know most of you. And I'm sure you guys probably feel like you know me. Whatever. It's kind of neat. All right, I'm out of here. Fair winds, tight lines. Let's go, Brandon. See ya.